Greetings everyone, depending on whatever time of the day you're watching this. Good morning, good evening. I'm hot off the shelf, not exactly fresh, but you know, as you can see, a little bit of a mess. I think I've already stipulated this in previous readings that okay, page of wands in reverse. It was in reverse, came out in reverse. I already stipulated in these readings that I'm trying to show up as raw as possible in whatever moments I feel called to do these readings. So we have strength, we have Four of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and King of Wands. With the Page of Wands out first, I feel like we have to address that. I want to say that if it is preferred that people would rather look at the spread, then I'm totally keen to change the way that I do these things. I just personally like to connect with people, like with their face and with their eyes. So I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this method, but yeah. So it feels like Page of Wands upright is where you need to be, but reverse is where you are right now. And these cards that fell out they sit as advice for you to, follow, but I mean, you don't have to. It's definitely a learning period. Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So it's something you got to be learning from this. Don't put any pressure on yourself to do anything, to make any moves. Just rest. But also, you're learning, right? This is a learning period. Learning to prepare for, you're preparing for this is a very important phase of your life. That's basically where we're at right now. Very important phase. Take it easy. Don't put any pressure on yourself to make any moves right now. It feels like you might have been. It feels like you may be constantly asking yourself if you're doing the right thing. The moment that you're in right now is perfect, right? It's just that you may or may not be at risk of making a wrong decision. You're going to have to exercise your confidence in self and tame the voice in your head, tame the self-doubt in your head. Tame the self-doubt in your head and get a control of your emotions, because it feels like your emotional space is what's getting you really your emotional space is what's heavy right now. It's not really per se that the things in your life are hectic, but emotionally it's a little bit rocky, right? It's a little bit rocky. So yeah, you may, it feels like so just be aware as well that this phase of your life, or whatever it is that you're going through, whatever emotional rockiness that you're going through, try to make sure that you're not projecting onto people, because it feels like you're someone who might be at risk of that. I will say I'm always projecting onto people, like all the time. Every time I'm in this energy, this, unfortunately, which is annoying. I know that when I'm going through a lot in my head, this is what it means. I have to learn something. I have to figure something out. It's an important stage. When I'm going through this when I'm channeling this energy of rockiness and no zest, no motivation, no inspiration, I project onto people. I project the hell onto people. So I'm speaking to somebody or people who need to make sure that they don't do that, because there are people around you who love you and actually want to support you. That came out by itself. There are people around you who actually want to be there for you, but sometimes you make it a little bit, or sometimes you make it a bit difficult for people to be there for you. Yeah. And I'm saying that with the tenderness because Like I said, I know exactly how that feels like. So try to be aware of that during this phase of your life. I'm also, maybe I've just caught on to something between, a misunderstanding between a father and son. It may be that the father is it may be that your father is the reason why you are feeling like this, like this, like this. It may be that your father's putting a lot of pressure on you right now. Rest, 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 rest. Don't listen to that pressure. Don't listen to it. It's all about you, okay? It's all about you. You're really being called to activate your self-confidence. I feel like I might also be reading for someone particularly young, maybe someone like in high school, early 20s, maybe somebody going through their 12th house perfection year, so maybe someone 23. Yeah, someone who's 23. But yeah, man, don't listen to, block the noise, okay? The only noise that matters is the one that comes from within. Call upon a strength and self-confidence within you that you thought would be difficult. It feels like you thought that the strength that you're calling, the strength that you need to find, it feels like it's above you. It feels like it's somewhere out in the ethers, or it feels like the person that you want to be towards authority, you only thought you could get it once certain things happen for you, or I don't know. This is reminding me of my experience with my parents, when I thought that I could only stand up to them and speak my truth to them when I have a degree, or when I have a job, or when I have money, or whatever. No, okay, no, that doesn't wait for you. It's not, your self-confidence doesn't need to wait for material gains. It doesn't wait for your first paycheck. It's always there, no matter how much you earn. Be the true confident you that you would be, regardless of your material circumstances. Okay. Okay, I'm clearing that. Hangman in reverse. Somebody is in lack of faith. There's a lack of faith energy that's floating around here. Feels like this reading is for people who are in a little bit of a rut, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but it's not great, you know? Yeah. I wanted to say, oh, sending strength, but no, you don't need that. You can do this. You can do this. It's not as complicated as you think. Yeah. Okay, there is conflict. Somebody is beefing. But it's good. It's good. Again, it's good. It's really, really good. It may not look that way. It may look incredibly dire. It may look very, very urgent. Just because it feels like this might be one of the first huge kind of conflicts that you're facing, or that someone in your life is facing. Yeah, somebody is fighting. Somebody's fighting. And it does feel like a bit of an imbalance, like almost unfair fight, you know? Hands are tied behind your back. You're really trying your best. You really are. I'm gonna say, yeah, outside of the fact that this is a great opportunity, it may not look like it, but it really is an opportunity, great opportunity for growth, okay? I said I was wiping it clean, but it feels like I'm still talking about the same thing, so great opportunity for growth. So this is the first card that came out. This was the card that was the bottom of the deck, but I feel like this is what we need to adopt more than anything. Learning experiences. Really remember that. Try to take, L stands for lessons. L stands for lessons, baby. baby, everything's happening exactly the way that it's supposed to. Don't worry. And even if it is that because I tried to record a reading before this where it was like somebody was getting kicked out of home. You'll always be safe. You will always be safe, okay? You are always safe. It is not you against the world. This is not true. This may be what you're feeling right now. Maybe you're feeling alone, vulnerable, just like you don't get any rest, man. Like you don't get any rest. Call upon that rest for yourself. Take that rest for yourself. So it'll look like waking up one day and instead of adding pressure on, oh, I need to figure this out, I need to find the solution to the problem, I need to, just don't. Okay? Just don't do anything. Try to opt to, instead of stressing about a job application, that's what came up. Stressing, for example, stressing about applying for a job application, don't. Make yourself a cup of tea instead, right? Stressing about needing to resolve a conflict, or even stressing about needing to like hyping yourself up to have a really difficult conversation. Don't do it until you feel up for it. Instead, watch an episode of your favorite show. Really simple. Really simple. Try to really adopt an energy of simplicity, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. The universe understands that you seem to be under a lot of pressure right now. Okay, you seem to be under a lot of pressure. This reading comes as a reminder for you to activate your inner strength. You have it. Even if people in your life try to tell you that you don't, or even people in your life try to invalidate that, you have it. You're so strong. You are so strong. You're so strong, you don't even know it. You have no idea. Interesting. The whole family of wands came out today. Also in reverse though. Well, okay. Reverse for me. Popped out reverse like this. So I'm just going to say that it's in reverse. Lots of reverse cards. Lots of channelings of energies. I mean, all of these cards upright, okay? They're great. Right? All of these people together. Harmony. But this is the only one upright and the rest of them are reversed. So yeah, that King of Wands guy, try to remember that he's trying his best. Whoever it is that you are in conflict with, try to remember that everyone involved is trying their best. Everyone involved is trying their best here. Yeah, and this was at the bottom of the deck. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Emperor. So it's definitely, I'm definitely reading for someone who has an issue with their dad. Yeah. I'm reading for someone who has an issue with their dad. But yeah, don't feel lost on it. It's just crazy because it's triggering my own things, and I'm trying to like reach in to try find like the best way to word this. I'm glad the Wheel of Fortune came up because that really tells you that for the most part there's nothing you can do. You can't force situation, you can't force the end of the pain, you can't force a speed up of your learning the lesson. It all has to happen exactly as it needs to, in the timing that it needs to. You have to relinquish some kind of control. This came out in reverse, right? Hangman in reverse. You have to be this, right? You have to be this. You have to be this. You have to be this. Do you understand? All of these cards were in reverse. You have to be the upright version of them. You have to try your best to surrender. You have to try your best to adopt think of your emotional space as a blank canvas and just explore what comes up. Explore everything that comes up. Do it with yourself first. Can't emphasize this enough. Go easy on yourself while you're doing this. Journal. journal. If you haven't, if you're not the person to do it, journal and make it, be disciplined about it. Even if you set an alarm that says journal time, and you journal and you write and you write and you write. Even if you don't have anything to write, even if you write a few sentences, just try doing that. Introspect. Introspect. Try to get rid of the fear. It's not of any use to you. It's not of any use to you at all. Yeah. That's all I have. Good luck to the people in person watching this. Even though you don't really need it much, I mean, the only luck that you need, the only luck that's really necessary for you is just, I mean, the well wishes. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm saying, be patient with your growth. Be patient with yourself. These are growing pains. That was a 6 of Cups. Growing pains, childhood stuff. You have to, inner child healing, but not really inner child healing. You know what, inner child healing, people say inner child, and there are so many layers to it, right? And you're also not just healing your inner child, okay? You have to tend to every version of you. You have to tend to the you that you were when you were 7 years old. You have to tend to the you that you were when you were 10, when you were 13, when you're 18. It's a step by step. But I guess childhood things is a good place to start. If you feel lost and you don't know if you feel lost in terms of exploring your feelings and you don't know what to do, for me, it always helped me to ask, what happened in my childhood that I feel this way? Specifically with my father wounds, what did he do to me as a child that I'm approaching this situation now with, I guess, so much disdain, so much fear, so much need for control, right? So much inability to surrender, so much conflict. Why am I so quick to want to fight? You know what I mean? Just keep asking yourself that through this phase. You'll move past it. You really will. You will move past it. But right now, it has to happen. You're growing up. You are growing up. And it's okay. It's okay. It's always okay. You're always safe. You're always safe. You are always safe. Always.